Through the Blackwater bayous and in the dark Louisiana night floats a duck camp, alive with the sounds of swamp pop and with the smells of Cajun cooking. A refuge filled with gunpowder, tall tales, and boudin, this duck camp is a welcome sight for hunters escaping the noise of everyday life. Over these next 6 episodes, we'll see what it means to cook recipes from the swamp floor pantry and explore Louisiana's rich, complicated history with the outdoors. Threats to these beautiful wetlands are abundant, and the future to these habitats seem more real than ever. So what's the cost of admission? Shoot straight and come hungry, my friends. My name is Jean-Paul Bourgeois, and this is Duck Camp Dinners.
That mossy old duck blind blends right in by the time they see it. It's a sin, shoot where they're going, not where they've been. It's steam rolling from the top of the blind, fresh duck cut up, tastes just right. I love living life with my eyes to the sky.
Oh,
You go first.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Lights, action, camera.
From the time I was 16 years old, I have worked in kitchens. However, my love for food started way before that, and is likely seated with the great Cajun cooks in my life that surrounded me as a child. After graduating culinary school, I moved around the United States cooking in fine dining restaurants throughout the country. Living in New York for over a decade has shaped my culinary palate in a way that makes it hard to describe the kind of food I cook. One thing is certain though, much of the food I cook is rooted in all those hunting camps and Cajun kitchens I grew up in as a boy. Today, I find no greater joy than when I collect all of that experience and cook for friends at the duck camp. Bourgeois' Meat Market is always my first stop for groceries when preparing for the duck camp.
What's up, man? How are you, brother?
Not only are their fresh meats the best in town, but their Cajun specialties like beef jerky, tasso ham, andouille sausage, and hog's head cheese are some of the best in all of Cajun country.
So I think we got a nice little haul here. Definitely gonna need 2 pounds of beef jerky, a pound of spicy turkey cheese, 2 pounds of tasso, 3 pounds of andouille.
Bourgeois' Meat Market has been around since I think 1891. I actually worked there for 3 days until they fired me because I cut up a butcher knife in the grinder.
A big part of Cajun cooking is using the resources that's given to you, right? So it's ducks or redfish or speckled trout or deer or whatever it is. The other big part is using the awesome ingredients that are provided by the community to you in that cooking. And Bourgeois' Meat Market is by far, in this community of Thibodaux, Louisiana, that place to get all your Cajun meats.
Look at this, look at this. Oh my God. This is the best. This is what I come to Louisiana for, that andouille.
Andouille sausage is the king of Cajun sausages, perfect for gumbos, jambalaya, stews, or even cooked down with various vegetables. If we don't go get these donuts now, then the whole week's gonna be a scratch. 6 glaze, 6 chocolate, 2 cheddar jalapeno kolache, and 1 apple fritter. Anybody else? Anybody that comes into Thibodaux, I bring them to Rob's because they really are a class act. You ever have kolaches? It's a Texas thing, and it's from the Eastern Europeans, and it's basically a
cheddar jalapeno sausage wrapped in like a sweet pastry dough and baked, and then that's kolache.
It's gonna be $20.39.
Hey, ma'am. Oh my God. Y'all don't want to move down Louisiana after this.
I really do love going to the grocery store. Reason why? It means I'm about to cook for someone, prepare a meal, and that makes me a really happy man.
I go to my produce department first, and whatever looks good, I buy. So I'm not really using the protein part as the inspiration for the meal, but I'm using the good vegetables that I find. Don't tell anyone. That's good. When it comes to Cajun cooking, most of the meals start with the Trinity, which is onion, celery, and bell pepper. So I always want to make sure that I have enough onion for especially 5 days of cooking. I'm not on snack or dessert detail, by the way. That's some other folks, so they need to show up. But if I were them, I would be looking at this aisle right here. So Little Debbie, I see you. Holla at me. Side section, easy side section, pre-cut frozen vegetables. Don't be ashamed of it. It's useful in a duck camp. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but you should always have cheese somewhere, because if you're lacking salt or fat in any of your foods or dishes, good possibility cheese is gonna do the trick. All right, the fun section. So some of the main nations that settled the Cajun coastline and why this area is so rich and dynamic with food culture, that's the Spanish, the French, the Native Americans, the Africans, the Germans, but also the Italians. And that's where you get all of your Italian influence, especially Southern Italian like Sicilian and so on. They were fishermen, great fishermen. Well, guess what's not but 45 minutes south of here, and that's the Gulf of Mexico, where there are also great fishermen. So when the Italians came to Louisiana, they settled in certain pockets throughout the coastline and brought in all their influences from their homeland. And that's where we get pasta throughout Cajun food.
Pool dough, which is that's how it's pronounced correctly in French, has been bastardized to become a pool doux. And they are coots. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of them. It was the favorite waterfowl of many of the old Cajuns. Pool doux made the best gumbos, made the best jambalayas, and they were famous for their gizzards, because pool doughs have gizzards that are about 2 inches in circumference. But the old Cajuns, like my dad, they used to go out to the lake. It was nothing for them to bring back a boat full of pool doughs. They would go out there, kill 15 each, come back in, hide them, go back out, kill 15 more. And so it was something that you did because you had to eat. And that was kind of like the favorite waterfowl.
My dad's a big hat collector. He loves collecting hats, and he has for all his life. And this is just the camouflage Ducks Unlimited hats in this little shed. I'm just gonna grab my gun cases out.
Food is something that Cajuns really take a lot of pride in. Cooking probably is the greatest involvement of the total Cajun culture.
And it brings their families together.
Brings
when
their
they
families
cook.
together. And they drink a little wine or a little beer and get a little rowdy and have fun, and they're just a fun-loving people.
Whenever I'm packing for the duck camp, I always got to keep in mind that I got my meats, I got my stocks, I got all my things to like protein-wise, and a lot of stuff is frozen. So I go little ice on my frozen stuff until I get to the camp, just to make sure I can get everything packed. And I'm using things like this frozen boudin as my ice packs. Just make sure you have good coolers that can keep that ice and your meats cold for the entire camp. For this camp, 5 days is a long time. I want to make sure we got all our food nice and packed and cold, ready to go, safe to eat.
Y'all ain't ready.
There's an indescribable excitement when we make that turn into the duck camp canal. It's as if that floating camp has been waiting for you, equally as excited for you to step onto its dock, turn on the lights, and kick on some tunes. What should feel like a departure from your everyday life turns into home in an instant.
This is home for the next 5 days. We're out here in Gibson, Louisiana. Yes, we try to shoot some ducks, cook some food, enjoy Louisiana lifestyle as best we can.
Have a good time. That's what it's all about right here.
This is our life for real.
Jay, you want to go run and get the chainsaw at the camp? Or we need to run and get it?
I didn't bring the chainsaw.
He left it.
I told Jesse to grab
Who left it?
I told
Junior.
Jesse.
Swing on it then, T-Boy.
Junior. Dude didn't bring the chainsaw, Jay. That's your help.
Bro, 1 year working with him. Now my bird dog, he don't even know what to do. So right now we're cutting brush off a floton. What it is just an island out here in the marsh. They'll move around. This is pretty much a floating island with trees growing on it. We'll cut our brush off of it, but by tomorrow, the wind changes. This floton could be moved over there. So it's one of the special things about Louisiana marshes. It's always changing day to day. You got to move with it, roll with it.
Nah, we don't need the chainsaw. We good. Got them chompers. Swing away, buddy.
No more whiskey, no more wine, no more women, I ain't lying. No more honking, tonking around this town.
You got to get Junior 2.0 in my boat.
Oh, Junior 2.0.
What are we doing?
We ain't talking about you. We're talking about 2.0, the cameraman.
Live, Junior.
Yeah, Junior 2.0.
Whiskey too, so I'm on that stuff.
Snagged it.
Like good whiskey, like it hot, like my women, like them lot. But they make a fool of you, so I'm on that stuff.
All right, so here's the situation, guys. We got out of here a little late. We had to get right to work cutting some brush for these 3 blinds we're gonna hunt tomorrow. So instead of shooting poodoo today and making a little poodoo gumbo, we're gonna save that for a next episode. And we're gonna keep it simple tonight, because sometimes that happens at the camp. So we got some bacon wrap, venison backstrap, we got some fresh green onion sausage, and I'm gonna make a white bean and tasso hand soup with some fresh greens that we can eat tonight and also heat up tomorrow morning for the duck blind. But right now, it's time to get cooking. But right now, it's time to light the grill and get cooking. Mother.
Give me some juice, baby!
I never use lighter fluid when starting my coals for the grill. That fire is the most important ingredient while grilling, so I prefer not to have the flavor of fluid, changing the taste of perfectly immersed coals.
All right, so fire's lit. I got some of this really great tasso ham from these Cajun meat markets down here in South Louisiana.
The combination of white beans and ham is found all over Cajun and Creole cooking. If you don't have tasso ham, feel free to use any type of smoked pork product.
I'm gonna throw some onions in there. Then I got white beans that have already been cooked. Chicken stock, I'm gonna bring that up to a boil, and I'm gonna throw some greens on it. But right now, tasso first. I'm gonna brown that right in this pot.
This beans and greens soup with tasso ham is a perfect dish for chilly nights at the duck camp.
Then I go with my mom's famous white beans. Leave it up to a Cajun woman to spot you on some already cooked white beans. Chicken stock, 2020. I got Junior here, oiling up some veggies with some nice spice blend. What I love about spice blends at the duck camp makes things easy, quick, and tasty, no problem. I don't bring a lot of single spices to the camp except salt and pepper. Spice blends are the way to go.
Chef JP's specialty, veggies on the pit.
A little music on? Ooh, I like this. We're standing on shaky ground.
This is the duck camp.
Little up on a folded cloth. Walk easy, this hurt now, feel all over.
Crank that jam up a little bit.
My life was one big special occasion.
Feeling this jam right here.
Till you're living done damp in a situation. Now I'm standing on shaky ground.
Who is that? Piku?
Hello, Shawnee P.
Ever since you put me down. Standing on shaky ground. Ever since you put me down.
Dinner's ready. I got bacon wrapped venison. It's got a little cream cheese and jalapenos up in there. Also some fresh sausage. Soup is about ready. We're gonna finish that, and it's time to eat. Finally, 8:30. Everybody's ready to dig in. Have a couple more drinks, get to bed, and get to hunting.
On shaky ground. Ever since you put me down. I'm standing on shaky ground. Ever since you put me down.
This recipe is a riff off of a classic Tuscan white bean and green soup. No matter how you classify this recipe, the fact is that it's flat out delicious.
I'm just a man trying to get a little bite around here.
Hey, you need some meat now?
I got enough meat, Jesse.
You need some greens?
Need some greens.
Shit. Big boy like you need some.
Yeah.
It's damn my fourth bowl.
Start with Bayou water. You stir that. You boil that. You mix that.
All right, y'all ready? Y'all good? Y'all got it all out?
Got it all out.
Yeah, I
It's been
get it.
trickling in just for a hot
Yeah,
second.
all right.
I feel
know.
like y'all good now.
We know our point.
I think he's ready.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all are ready. Y'all ready?
that.
You brown that. You drink that.
You clean that and then you eat that.
You eat that.
All right, folks, that is episode 1 of Duck Camp Dinners. We had a long day, but we managed to put out a killer dinner at the Duck Camp today. I did a white bean and green tasso ham soup. We had some mixed little vegetables and meats. Super simple recipe. Basically, ham, onions, white beans, chicken stock. Finish it with some greens, Parmesan cheese, and lemon juice. That's it for today, and tomorrow is hunting time. Now, y'all go to sleep, because I am out.
That went way better than the first one.
That mean we gotta go to sleep? Man, like,
We're going to bed over
Turn the music up.
I'm going to bed.